Okay, we're good to start. Let us start today's luxury webinar. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves. So Polo, you are going last today. So just give us a little bit of a snippet as to who you are, where you're from, your prize, so that we stay on the call and wait for you today. So tell us, it's all yours.
Yes, please wait. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon. My name is Polo. I am representing today the state of Chihuahua in the north of Mexico, and we will be embarking in a train journey through the Copper Canyon on the Chepe Express train. I'll be the last,
Super
so stay tuned. In
brilliant.
Mexico,
Thank
of
you
course.
very much. Looking forward to seeing it. We also have Rosanna. Rosanna, welcome. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Hi, my name is Rossano Deal. I'm with the Bahamas, the lovely islands of the Bahamas, and here you can see Long Island in the back of me. And I'm from the Bahamas Tourism Office, located in London, UK. And the prize would be about £50 in my booking rewards.
Super amazing. Thank you very much. And we've got Kerry. Kerry, hello.
Hi everyone, I am Kerry from Clear Marketing and we represent the Viceroy Hotel Group, and I know a lot of you have probably seen my webinars on places that are a bit more further afield, but today it's the Viceroy's newest hotel opening, which is in Europe, and it's the Viceroy Ombria Algarve in Portugal. So as my prize, we're going to do some lovely Portuguese wine for a lucky winner.
Super amazing. Kerry, take us to Portugal.
Lovely, thank you very much indeed. Just bring up my screen for you all. Great, so I hope you can all see this. Sarah, let me know if there's any issues, but I'm assuming all good. So hi everyone, some of you will know me. I recognise lots of names there already, but I'm Kerry from Clear Marketing. We work with the Viceroy Hotel Group. You probably will have seen me before present, particularly on the Mexico properties, so Viceroy Riviera Maya, Viceroy Los Cabos, and also Sugar Beach Viceroy Resort in St. Lucia. So those are our key focus, but we're really excited to now be working with Viceroy's first European opening, in Ombria Algarve. So this hotel is absolutely beautiful. It only opened in October last year. I was fortunate enough to stay here at pre-opening, and it's really great to have a new luxury property in the Algarve region. And I was again fortunate enough to look at all of the other luxury hotels in the area, and this hotel is heads and tails above any other with regards to the luxury product that this offers. This is a stunning hotel. It took 12 years to develop, so it's been 12 years in the making. And the developers really worked closely with the locals and really wanted to respect the local environment. So what you can see here is the resort. This is the entire resort. It's surrounded by 300 acres. And when you arrive at the hotel, I'm going to show you a map to give you a good sense of place. But when you arrive at the hotel, there's a winding road just below. You look up the hillside, you see this beautiful, it looks just like a village. It doesn't look like a hotel complex. It certainly doesn't look like it's new. It really looks like it's been there forever. And this is Ombria Algarve. So where we are located, we're in the Algarve region of Portugal. We're around 2 hours from Lisbon or 2 hours from Seville if you were doing a wider itinerary or a European twin centre. However, if you are coming in just to Portugal, as you can see here, we are closest to Faro Airport. So for those coming from the UK, I can see that we've got an international audience today, but for those from the UK, which is where I'm based, there are flights to Faro every day of the week from all the regional airports in the UK. So the accessibility is super easy. We are just 25 minutes away from Faro Airport, and the closest area to us, the closest town, it's more like a village, but it's called Lole. And again, this is around 20 minutes, perhaps less, about 15, 20 minutes in a car from the resort. So whilst the hotel is not on a beach, you know, many of the resorts are not on a beach in this area, we do have access to an area of a beach nearby. So this is one of the images that you can see of the beach facility that we have access to. Anyone that knows the area, this restaurant here is called the Bold Octopus. It's called Praia Ancao is the name of this beach. That said, as you can see here, we're inland. We're an inland resort, as I say, with 300 acres around us. So it's beautiful hillside, rolling hills. There's a golf course here as well. So I'm going to show you that as we move along. But I like to show you this image so that you can see the whole complex. Now, what I'm circling here, you can see a clock tower right in the middle. This is our lobby, this is the clock tower, and really the central praha, which is really where all of the guests kind of socialize. We have rooms, we have residences, 76 rooms across the property, and a number of residences from just 1 and 2 bedroom options, some of which have pools. So if you have got guests that want a little bit more space, they want that privacy and seclusion, then this is a great resort for that. Now, we don't really say what the view is. Most of the views from here are across the valley, really lush and green, as you can see here, absolutely beautiful. So the clock tower being the fundamental part of the resort, you can see it's very white, it's very crisp, very traditional with a Portuguese style. You'll get those traditional Portuguese tiles on the wall, the whites, the blues, local materials used. So it really respects the Portuguese look and feel, but a very high-end finishes as well. Now, this resort, you don't need to go and stay here for a week if you don't want to. And again, I'm talking mostly about the UK market. Or again, if you are international and you're looking at twin centering, you know, this is somewhere where you can come for a few nights. If you just want to come for a long weekend, you want to do 3, 4, 5 nights. This is really for foodies. This is for your guests that want to go out, explore the destination, and really get a taste of what the Algarve region has to offer. We've got 6 restaurants here. We do offer breakfast inclusive, but there are 6 different restaurants, and the guests can charge their meals back to their room. So this, I love this one. This is Ombria Kitchen. This is my favourite. You can come here for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but it's all Portuguese. So you'll get that beautifully fresh baked bread, those Portuguese pastries and tarts, lots of locally sourced and produced cured meats and fish and pastries. It's really just delicious. We have a wine cellar here, which again I love because we do these great experiences. Now, whilst the property is inland, as you can see, and because we're not on the beach, we do offer a lot of experiences on property. And one of my favourite ones is actually done here in the wine lounge. Now, what you do is the sommelier will meet you, whether that's just individual guests or if you want to have a group of people do this together socially. And he will give you a wine tour of Portuguese wines. You get to sample all of them, of course. And then at the end of the experience, you get to mix your own. So you get all of the bottles that you've been shown throughout the session, whatever measures you like to do to create your own wine. Now, what you will do is then kind of put into a bottle, a dispenser, and this sommelier will ask everyone to try the wine. Now, you won't know whose is whose because they hide your name, and you get to sample the wine, and then the winning bottle of wine gets served in the restaurant that night for dinner. We have our Cafe Central, so this is where you can go during the day for your specialty coffees. We do ice cream, all of those beautiful pastries, Portuguese wine. If you want to get bits to take home with you, so the olive oil, the sardines, we have arts and crafts here as well, the souvenirs for the guests to take home. But as you can see from all of these images, very authentic but traditional, very high end, and you know, it's a Viceroy, so it has a real sense of place. Because the hotel is on a golf course, now this is not a golf resort. You don't come here just to do golf. If you have got guests that want to enjoy golf, then perfect. They get access to preferential tee times and to lower green fees. But you know, you don't have to come here and play golf. It's important to highlight this is not a golf resort. We just have a golf course here. Now, within the golf course, of course, we have a clubhouse, and this can be accessed by either by hotel guests or golfers. This is really quite popular, your usual clubhouse style, where you're going to get your club sandwiches, screens, TV screens showing sports, really kind of the hive of activity here. Of course, I already mentioned this. This is our central praha. This is where all of the guests will get together, mingle. All of our restaurants offer indoor and outdoor options as well. It's really just very social. Now, in terms of the accommodation, 76 rooms, really super high end. This is one of our lead-in rooms, and you know me, I always like to show you a lead-in room so you can see the starting point. Beautiful hand-painted tiles, that traditional Portuguese style, the soft bed linens. As you can see just through the kind of window that you have there, all of the bathrooms have bathtubs, double vanity, and if you upgrade to one of the suites, you get a living room as well and kitchen facilities. So if you do wish to self-cater, you can do that. We can organise pre-arrival grocery service for the guests if they want to go out and stock up. And as you can see here, really high-end finishes and everything that your guests would need. These are the bathrooms. Again, this is a lead-in room. So you get the freestanding bathtub. There's a separate shower and toilet and a double vanity. Again, lots of the Portuguese terracotta. All of the amenities are local as well. Now we are on a golf course, and this golf course won an award of the best new opening in Europe last year. It is 18 hole, par 71. What I would say though is you do have to be an experienced golfer. This isn't really for novices. It is quite a challenging course, and it's buggies only. So do bear that in mind if you are selling to golfers. But if you have golfers who really want to try a challenging and new and exciting course, then you can absolutely recommend this. Even if you have got guests that are staying in the area, staying somewhere else, if they want to come in and do the golf, they can. As you can see, really beautifully kept. And because this hotel really respects its eco credentials, this is actually a smart course. So the water system it knows which areas need watering and what don't. So it's lush and green throughout the year. This is a year-round resort. Unlike some of the other resorts that are seasonal, we are open all year. So it will always be lush and green. You're not getting those dark patches, and we don't have water wastage here either. Now, given that we are year-round, we're also very fortunate to have 4 pools, 3 of which are heated. So if you are selling to guests in the winter, if they want to come in the colder months, they can still swim in the pools. This is our main one. This is heated, and we have got a pool bar here as well. There are, of course, pools at some of the residences as well, but these are the main ones. Now, mentioning that we are in the valley, a lot of those excursions that I mentioned, they really kind of highlight local experiences. So you can walk around the valley. We have push bikes that you can hire. You can order a picnic hamper from the resort and go and have a picnic. And we also have our own studio where we have local crafts people will come in and teach the guests how to do traditional Portuguese crafts, such as basket weaving, and making jewelry. We also have experiences honey harvesting, so you can go out. We also have an experience where guests can go out and meet a local shepherd and have a shepherding experience. So it's really very experiential, loads on offer, but really just getting out and about and enjoying that Algarve countryside. Given that it is small, it's small enough to do a buyout if you wish, if you want to do it for a special occasion. We can do buyouts, we can do corporate events. There are lots of facilities in which to do that. And hot off the press, just opened this month, is the Viceroy Spa. This is absolutely incredible spa, several different treatment rooms. It has everything that you would offer, top of the range fitness centre, and there is a pool there as well. So as you can see, really beautiful. And this little video just kind of brings it all together, so you get a real taste of the resort. Sorry, it's quite quiet. So there we have the Viceroy Ombria Algarve. Please do consider us for short stays or longer stays, multi-generational. We welcome children year round. We do have a kids facility, and really you've got guests that want to go out and about and go to that local village of Lole. I definitely encourage it. It costs €12 in an Uber. There's loads of Ubers around. The shopping is fantastic there. There's a market, there's boutiques, there's great restaurants. So, just because we are inland, it doesn't mean that you're confined into the resort. So thank you for your attention. I will be on for a little bit longer. If you have got any questions, please ask them in the chat. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kerry. One question. Who can travel agents in the UK book through?
So what I'll do is I'll put a list, because I do have a list of B2B operators that we are bookable through. So not to eat into anybody else's time, I'll put that in the chat in 2 minutes for you.
Perfect, no problem. Thank you very much. Okay, so we've been to the beautiful property in the Algarve. We're now heading over to the Bahamas. Rosano, are you there?
Yes, I am here. How's it going?
All good. Looking forward to this presentation to take us to this little paradise.
All right. All right. Welcome, everyone, to the lovely islands of the Bahamas. My name is Rossano Deal, and thank you for joining me today. I am on the lovely island of Great Britain, but I really wish I could be over in the Bahamas right now. So let's talk about the islands of the Bahamas. So when you're planning your next luxury getaway, let me talk to you about the basics. What is who are we? The islands of the Bahamas. It isn't just one island. It's an archipelago of 16 main islands with 700 islands and keys sprinkled across our Atlantic Ocean. The average temperature is about 27 degrees year round, and it's not just warm weather there. We also have warm welcomes all around. Now, let's talk about how we group the islands. We group the islands in three key areas. We have Nassau and Paradise Island, we have Grand Bahama Island, and we have the Out Islands, which we affectionately call the Family Islands. So each family island has its own charm, its own flavor, its own style of luxury, which makes it a bit easier to tailor trips for each type of traveler. So now let's talk about getting there logistically, because Paradise should be easy to get to. So for our UK and European friends, there's a nonstop daily service on British Airways from London Heathrow to Nassau. And for those who want to route through the US and Canada, we've got plenty of options. We have Miami, New York, and Toronto. And we also facilitate flights through all major cities within North America. And also, if you're feeling adventurous, we have ferries coming from Fort Lauderdale to Bimini and also to Grand Bahama, which I'll talk to you about a bit soon. So very easy to get there, and you could get from Heathrow or any European island to the Bahamas in less than 10 hours. You could enjoy a day on the beach. And we have interline agreements with British Airways to our national flag carrier, which is Bahamas Air, and also Virgin Airlines. And we facilitate those connections to our key out islands with like Exuma, Eleuthera, Abaco, and Grand Bahama. So your clients could easily connect and experience that true island life. Now, one of my favorite things in the Bahamas, every island has its own personality. So in Nassau in particular, you could journey down to one of my favorite spots, which is Fish Fry, and you could get your fresh conch. You could taste conch salad, conch fritters. That's one of our national dishes, and Fish Fry is one of the main places that you could experience it. Or if you want to participate in the Junkanoo Parade, which is our national parade, it's held every December, the big parade, but on a smaller scale, you could experience it throughout the islands at certain times throughout the year, and at Atlantis as well on certain days. And also through downtown, you could experience the straw market, where there are a lot of authentic straw work, people weaving baskets, and that's the true island life. The straw work is indigenous in the Bahamas. So those type of moments and getting those sort of material is a nice moment, a nice trinket for you to take back. Now, let's start with Nassau Paradise Island. I mentioned a few things that you could do within Nassau Paradise Island, which also you could experience on the other islands. But Nassau Paradise Island is our capital and the gateway for most visitors. It's where like modern luxury meets a lot of our deep-rooted history. You could find a lot of high-end resorts here, fine dining, and downtown is buzzing with a lot of charm, a lot of colonial buildings, and just culture around every corner. Now let's talk about where to stay once you reach Nassau Paradise Island. We'll move from the west side where you land in Linden Pinland International Airport, and we'll move west. So in Cable Beach, you have a concentration of hotels as well as downtown and Paradise Island, which has the majority of our hotels. Now, Sandals is a very popular brand. Most are familiar with Sandals. You know, it's an all-inclusive couples resort. Beautiful amenities. The entertainment is world-class. There are a lot of restaurants, food trucks, but what makes our Sandals Royal Bahamian very unique is that there's a private island experience that you could have while staying at Sandals. And not too far away within Cable Beach, there is Baha Mar, the Bahamian Riviera is what we like to call it. It has 3 hotels in one, Grand Hyatt, SLS, and Rosewood. And it has over 40 different restaurants, massive casino, and also the Jazz Club, which just recently got opened. And it's a lovely spot, one of the key areas. But if you're looking for luxury, Rosewood is the brand of choice within Baha Mar that you definitely want to highlight. If they want to get away from the party mode, which is SLS, or all of the families that stay within Grand Hyatt, Rosewood is the luxury brand of choice for sure. Margaritaville definitely every room has a luxury ocean view. So it sits right across from the Nassau Harbor, where you could see all of the Nassau Cruise Port, where you could see all of the cruise ships coming in. Our cruise port is right there, and which can also hold 2 Icon class cruise ships at one time. So from your room, you could look out and see this huge cruise ship turning and reversing in or heading out to sea. And of course, we have the world-renowned Atlantis, very iconic, very full of fun, full of surprises, has a huge aquarium, get aquaventure to experience the slides, get nightclubs, a lot of water adventures. And it has 5 different properties. You have the Royal, the Coral, Harborside Resort, the Cove, and the Reef Residences. But if you want the luxury feel, you definitely want to stay at the Cove. That's a personal favorite of mine, I must say. And also, on Paradise Island, Atlantis is on Paradise Island, and right at the end of Paradise Island, you can find the Ocean Club, which is a 4 Seasons resort. And this is the absolute epitome of exclusivity and elegance. James Bond films have been filmed at this location, Casino Royale. It's a perfect blend of adventure, romantic escape, and just that, seclusion that many would really desire. Now let's move to Grand Bahama, which is home to our second city, Freeport. And here I want to highlight the Lighthouse Point at the Grand Lucayan. It's an all-inclusive gem. Inclusive is a golf resort, a spa, 2 very, very nice pools. One is an Olympic size pool, so you could enjoy laps if you enjoy that, or of course chill poolside and enjoy the views of the beautiful beach that we have there. And right next door, there's also the Pelican Bay Hotel, which is also a waterfront property with beautiful views. It has that upscale, relaxed type of vibe. Now let's talk about the true hidden gems, which is the Out Islands. Now, with the Out Islands, this is perfect for clients that want that seclusion, that nature feel, that intimate luxury type of feel. And it's very easy, like I said, to get there through our national fly carrier. And each of our out islands have something special to offer. Like in Eleuthera, you have the glass window bridge, which is a wonder to see. Of course, the Exumas is home of the swimming pigs. And we have Abaco if you like various boating activities and such. Now, where to stay? In Exuma, you have luxurious villas, large villas, and it's at the Grand Isle Resort. So that's definitely a key area. The Potlatch Club in Eleuthera is definitely a popular one that we've seen lately. And that is the more off the beaten path, has a lot of bungalows and different villas and suites. We also have in Long Island, Cape Santa Maria, the most beautiful sunset that you could ever see on the award-winning Cape Santa Maria beach. And of course, we have Bimini, which is home to, the modern Resorts World Hotel, but it's home to the diving is what we call our diving capital, our deep sea fishing. If anybody likes sports fishing, that's the go-to area. And it's definitely a sight to see. Now, let's talk about the offers. There's a special 2-fly free offer, which is especially for the European travelers. Just like my last name, it's deal. So it's a very nice deal out there. It makes experience in the out islands a bit more easier and affordable. So if you book an air-inclusive vacation for 4 to 6 nights at a participating out island promotion board hotel, you get 1 free round-trip ticket from Nassau to that out island. And if you book 7 nights, you'll get 2 free round-trip tickets. And the offer is available from now, anytime up to October 31st, 2026. And of course, we have our award-winning program, which is the People to People program. It's free. It's a free offering, one of our special offerings, and it's where you could pair a visitor with a local Bahamian host. So it's completely free. It's very enriching to, experience that day in the life of a Bahamian or with a Bahamian. And you could share a meal, you can attend local events, which is always happening, or just have a friendly chat next to the beach with our local drinks. And yeah, it's completely free, and you could sign up on Bahamas.com, which is a true form of Bahamian hospitality. And of course, we have the My Booking Rewards, where all of the amazing travel agents, we got something just for you. If you log your Bahamas bookings through My Booking Rewards, you can earn up to £150 per booking, depending on the island and the group size. So it's easy, it's quick, a great way to turn around your bookings into a reward. So you could earn up to £150 per booking if you book with Grand Bahama Island or the Out Islands. And within Nassau Paradise Island, you can earn up to £100 per booking. And I'd like to thank you very much for having me. I hope to see you in the Bahamas. My name is Rosano Deal, and please don't hesitate to contact us if you ever have any questions.
Thank you very much, Rosanna. We're certainly all dreaming of the Bahamas now. I think Brittany got very excited when it was talking about Bahamas. So thank you. Any questions for Rosanna? Please pop them into the Q&A. Polo, are you there?
I am here.
Hola,
Still here on the
Polo.
train.
Excellent. Well, we're looking forward to this journey, taking it with you. So it's all yours.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Sarah. So we'll be now traveling to same continent, so not far from the Bahamas. Same continent, we're staying in the Americas. So we're going to Mexico, to the north of Mexico. We'll be discovering today a destination that you might have heard of. It's the state of Chihuahua. I don't know if you can see my screen because I had a strange message that I've never seen. Can you? Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
I can see.
Excellent. So we will be traveling to northern Mexico, to the state of Chihuahua. So I'd like to introduce you to the state of Chihuahua. Basically, this is a state that is a perfect complement to any other destination in Mexico, especially the Mexican Caribbean. All those regions in the Cancun area, in the Riviera Maya area, are connected with the state of Chihuahua. So basically, this is the perfect complement to elevate any itinerary that you can prepare in Mexico. This will be a perfect add-on to that more well-known or more popular places as well. So let's go to northern Mexico, to Chihuahua. So Chihuahua is a very, very large region. We will not be able to cover all of what Chihuahua has to offer. It is roughly the same size as the UK, so it's very diverse. We have obviously from colonial towns, natural wonders, deserts, mountains, valleys, beautiful towns and cities. But today I will only have the opportunity to focus on the probably the most popular region within the state of Chihuahua, which is called the Copper Canyon. So we will be traveling from where the star is there that you can see on the screen, the capital city of the state that is also called Chihuahua. We will be traveling through the Copper Canyon right into the Pacific coast of Mexico, to the west coast of Mexico. So let's go, and we will do it on board a very special train, you will see. Here is what we are going to do today from Chihuahua City, the capital city, into the Los Mochis area, which is the Pacific coast of Mexico. So how to get there, first of all? So my recommendation is to go to fly from anywhere you are in Mexico, whether you're in Mexico City or coming from the UK, going through Mexico City and flying into Chihuahua City. It's only an hour and a half flight into Chihuahua City, and then start the journey from Chihuahua. I would definitely recommend doing this journey from north to south, so from Chihuahua City into Los Mochis, and I will explain you why I recommend this especially. So through that journey, we will be going through the Copper Canyon that I've mentioned a few times already. This canyon is actually it's a series of 6 different canyons. It's an area, well, the main canyon, that is the Copper Canyon, is wider and deeper than the Grand Canyon in the US. So it's a very vast area. It encompasses almost half of the state. So it's big, big, big. Obviously, all sorts of activities around this area, from stargazing, all sorts of encounters with birds, a lot of adventure opportunities. We have in this area, for example, the highest waterfall in Mexico. So obviously, for those of your clients who are nature lovers, this is a really, really nice area. But on top of that, on top of the nature, we also have in this area a lot of cultural activities. So basically, this area was where we have a lot of what we call in Mexico missions. So those missions are those little towns that were founded by the Spaniards who came centuries ago to kind of organize the north of Mexico. So we have a lot of missions in that area, but we also have, and above everything, we have a local population that has always been there, that is called the Raramuri people. So a lot of the activities that your clients can do in this area are related to the Raramuri culture. So this Raramuri culture is one of the most remote, probably, people in Mexico. Well, let me go back a little bit because I think the presentation goes this way. So basically in this area, we have a very nice offer in terms of accommodation. As we can see here, of course, many of the hotels are perched on the edge of the canyon, so with fabulous views of the sunsets, of the sunrises, a lot of birds that come to your balcony. Many of them, if not most of them, have amazing views onto the Copper Canyon. And also, we'll get to the Raramuri experiences a little bit later. And also in this area, in the Copper Canyon, we have in particular in one of the stations of the train that we will go through a little bit later. It's one of the main stations of the train, which is the station where I recommend to take the train. It's called the Divisadero station. We have what we call the Adventure Park. So for those of your clients who travel with families, for example, or who just like, these type of activities, we have here the longest and the highest zip rider in Mexico and in the Americas as well. It is an amazing experience to go from one side to the canyon into the other side of the canyon. You can do this on the zip line, as you can see here on the photo, or more simply on board a cable car that takes you from one side to the other. So it's a spectacular view from the other side as well. And many other activities in this adventure park, like this one that we can see here, that I will never do myself, but I know that a lot of people really crave this type of experiences. Here we can see the cable car. This is the longest cable car in the world without poles. It is a Swiss-made cable car that goes on a cable from one side to the other. So it's spectacular. At the bottom of the canyon, you can see a lot of little villages of the Raramuri people, and on the other side of the canyon, you can, for example, go on a walking tour with one of the Raramuri guides who are available on the other side and can take you down to some secret places, secret caves where you can see some paintings and some archaeological pieces as well. Very, very nice experience as well. So here I will focus on the Raramuri people, so the inhabitants of this area. These people, as I mentioned before, are some of the most, I would say, isolated maybe, or remote people in Mexico. So they still speak their language. Many of them live in the caves, traditional caves, and a lot of the experiences are organized by them. I mentioned the walking tours, but also we have some activities related to gastronomy. They have a very specific use of the endemic herbs and chilies that grow in the area. These people are very well known in Mexico and now also internationally because they are very good runners. So because they live in this huge space, instead of walking, they run from one side to the other. So for example, from the hotel that I showed you before, when you open your window in the morning, you can see them in the morning going around from one side to the other, just going on with the daily things, and it's really, really beautiful. So these people are very, very present around the area, and many of them, as I mentioned, have developed some experiences for your clients to enjoy. So we see here them running in their habitat. So in the area we have well, I mentioned the gastronomy, so obviously all the experiences around the gastronomy that are very specific to this part of Mexico, very different from what you have probably also experienced in southern Mexico, where we use some different ingredients. Here, because we are kind of in a desert environment, we have a completely different gastronomy that is very, very, very nice as well. One of the main towns in this area, I've mentioned the train a few times. We will go now into a little bit deeper into there. The first station of this train, where your clients can take the train, is right in the middle of this Copper Canyon area. It's called the town of Krill. Krill, as you can see, is just right in the middle of the journey that we are going through. So this town is one of what we call in Mexico magical towns. So it's one of those towns that have some specific value, reason why we should visit those towns, whether it's because of the culture, architecture, or some history. In this particular case, Krill has been named a magical town because of its environment, its surroundings. You can see here some rock formation that are unique, at least in Mexico. They are completely unique, very, very beautiful rock formations. All this area is managed by the Raramuri people themselves. So they organize the whole activities that happen within that big area. They are in charge of that. So whether it's walking, kayaking, hiking, cycling, all sorts of activities, also horse riding. I've done this on a quad as well, which is a very, very nice experience as well, to go and see these rock formations, which many of them are sacred to the Raramuri people. So in this area, in the town of Krill, we have also a very nice accommodation offer, which is kind of a boutique experience. A lot of the because we're very high, 2,300 meters above sea level, we are here talking about this type of chalet in the mountains, so it feels really like a mountain town. And then from there, from Chepe, sorry, from Krill, we can take then the Chepe Express. The Chepe Express is a unique train in Mexico. It's the only passenger train, tourist passenger train in Mexico. We have the other one in the Mayan area, the Mayan train, but that one is a passenger's train. This is a tourist passenger train. It's a luxury train. It goes from 2,300 meters above sea level to sea level. So it's an extraordinary journey that goes through so many different environments, ecosystems. It has been revamped in 2018, so it's quite new. Everything inside has been renewed. So as you can see in these images, it's a very comfortable train. We have three different categories. We have the tourist category, the executive category, and the first category. But the three categories are really, really comfortable. Even the economy one has reclining seats, for example. The big difference, and I would recommend definitely to go for the first class, is that we have access to a very nice restaurant, on-board restaurant, and also we have access to this here you can see on the right-hand side a car that is open, so the windows go down, and then you can just experience the nature where you're going through and hear all the noises of the birds and everything that goes around. We have some bars on board as well with very nice cocktails. The restaurant that I mentioned before, and very good gastronomy. This looks like a big plate, but yeah, it is a very good gastronomy. It goes, as I mentioned, from very high altitude to very to the sea level. It goes for those of your clients who are train enthusiasts. This train journey has been named one of the top 10 train experiences in the world. To me, it's really a once in a lifetime experience. It's very, very, very nice. It goes through 86 tunnels, 37 bridges, and it goes through all these magnificent areas. The train leaves the town of Krill or the station of Divisadero 3 times a week, most of the months, and some months it only leaves twice a week. So I will follow up later with the full schedule of the train and how to book, etc., etc. So that's in a nutshell, the Copper Canyon experiences. I invite you. I am based in the UK. I'm also available for anybody who's connecting from all over the world for any additional information. We will be hosting a more in-depth webinar in a few weeks. I will share all the information, and with the opportunity of winning a 6-day holiday for two to Chihuahua on board the train. So thank you very much, and see you soon.
Wow, what an amazing prize that will be. So yeah, thank you very much, Polo. Yeah, you was getting a lot of attention there with the love hearts. And Brittany wants to take her 2 hours back to the homeland. So yeah. Don't think they'll be going on the train, but maybe it's a possibility to take them across to Chihuahua.
Yes.
Okay. Super. So Paula's just got a question for you, Polo. How long does a train take from Krill to the coast?
So basically, if you do it from Krill to the coast, it takes 7 hours. So there are many ways of doing it. You can obviously stop in different stations in between. My recommendation, and that's what we normally do, is that we do from Chihuahua City to Krill by road, stopping in the Raramuri missions and all these places, and then take the train on the last day of the itinerary in one go. So from Krill or from Divisadero, which is very close, the Copper Canyon, into the Pacific coast. And actually, I recommend to stop not on the last stop. This will be in the follow-up email that I'll send. But one stop before that is called El Fuerte, which is a very beautiful town. And then from there, stay one night and then go to the airport the following day, or take a night ferry from Los Mochis into La Paz, the Baja Peninsula, and go and see the whales and some of the best beaches in Mexico. That's another option as well that can be combined with the Chepe Express train.
Super, thank
Or
you
Los
very
Cabos.
much. Rossano, you've got a question for you in chat. I don't know if you've seen it. The Bahamas, which resorts in the out islands are the best for scuba diving?
There is a list on our site where you could choose which island and which hotels are definitely the go-to ones for dive sites or diving in general. I'll send the link right here for you. I'll drop
Super,
it right in
thank
the chat.
you. Thank you very much. And yes, Donna, they are all phenomenal. So yeah, completely different experiences. So definitely something for all different clients. Okay, so now we come to the part of the day where we test who's been listening. As a reminder, everybody on the webinar gets a prize draw point. If you answer with the fastest finger first, the correct answer, you get 10 points, and then I'll announce the winners tomorrow. So Kerry, you're still here. Do you want to quickly ask your question?
Yeah, sure. So my question, hopefully you were listening, is for Viceroy, Ombria, Algarve, what is the name of the closest airport? Wow, they were listening.
There we go. So scrolling back up, Vanessa, Faro. Yes,
That's
is
the
the
correct answer.
correct answer. So Vanessa, you have your points. Super amazing. Thank you very much, Kerry. Rosano.
All right. So what is the name of the national parade held in the Bahamas? All right.
So Emma said it's a Junkanoo. Is that the correct answer?
Junkanoo is the correct answer.
Perfect. Emma, you have your 10 points. Polo.
Yes. So during the presentation, I mentioned that the Chepe Express has on the low season months 2 departures, but how many departures are there per week on the high season? And the answer is 3. So
Okay, so scrolling back up, Emma, you'd already got your 10 points. So next person was Paula. Perfect. Thank you very much. You have your 10 points as well. A massive thank you, everybody, for attending today, and a big thank you to Polo, Rosano, and Kerry. The presentations were amazing. I will send the recording out. They will be copied in. If you've got anything further that you need from them, let them know. So it's nearly the weekend. Have a good one. Hope you don't get too overheated with the hot weather that's meant to be coming to the UK. And for those of you that are all over the world, thank you for joining us. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.
thank you.
Bye.